Coral reefs are biodiversity hotspots that they contain about a third of the species in the ocean that we know of, right? There's probably a lot more, but they contain a third of the species that we know of. And so having coral reefs there are very important, in particular coral reefs. So like what we call the reef building coral reefs, right? The corals. So the staghorn, the branching corals, the montipora, which is the flat corals, sort of the plate corals as they call them, right? Those types of corals are reef building. They build out those reefs. They provide those hiding spots that brings in the biodiversity of invertebrates and vertebrates like fish and so forth, invertebrates like crabs, shrimp, and that kind of stuff. That brings in all the big fish. It brings in the sharks. It brings in everything. It's this home that is a huge biodiversity hotspot, but it also provides security for the coastline. Back in 2004, when we had the tsunami on Christmas Day, right? Christmas and Boxing Day in the Indian Ocean. It affected Africa, it affected South Asia, and it affected a lot of the islands in the Southeast Pacific. These places were devastated, and the places that actually survived the best and did the best from a coastal resilient point of view had coral reefs that were intact, had seagrass beds that were intact, had mangroves that were intact, meaning that they were up and running and they were healthy. A lot of places that didn't have those coral systems or seagrass systems or mangrove systems had huge losses of not only people, but just land, because the water just went right over it. There was nothing to stop it. The coastal security that coral reefs provide is dissipation of energy from waves. That means if a tsunami wave comes over, it's got all this energy, it's got all this momentum, and it hits a coral reef. All that coral reef with its branching corals and all these different areas, it provides resistance to the wave. So the energy, the speed, and the power dissipates as it goes over the reef.